Hi, I want to talk about my experience with Raid, both as a casual and free-to-play player for, I guess now about a week worth of playing, what that's looked like as just basically using my energy as I can, doing some of the events, and just my overall experience and enjoyment when it has come to arena, doing clan activities, passes, claiming rewards, etc, etc. If you haven't played this game yet, right now is the perfect time because you can immediately get Epic Champion Ultimate Gallic simply by using the QR code on screen right now, or you can also use my link in the description below. Later on at level 15, you also get Epic Zargala as well, which is a great complementer to Ultimate Gallic. Using the code that I'm going to post on screen right now, you can also get a free legendary Shadowkin champion, Ninja. There's a We Finally Played It event that's also going on to get you ready, and hey, my clan is open, so if you'd like, feel free to join me as well. Let's first take a look at the Giga Chad, the carry, and pretty much my lord and savior, that's Kale. Kale, as you can see here, is max awakened, or it's at least 5-star awakened, which is really cool. However, what I noticed through both the last Raid Shadow Legends video that I did in this one, or between the two, honestly, the fact that you can get a character like this no matter what, he's one of the free characters you get at the beginning of the game, and be able to clear pretty much any content that you want, whether that's content like the dungeons, whether that's content like the campaign, is honestly really inspiring and kind of crazy. Now, I haven't, of course, completed the entire campaign because, again, all I've been doing is trying to spend what energy I can through multi-battles and stuff to upgrade my characters and gain more EXP, but honestly, the experience is very nostalgic, actually. The experience that I've had in Raid Shadow Legends reminds me a supreme amount of some of the other gacha games that I've played, including like leveling up fodder and having like the super Giga Chad carry and wanting to min-max, like play this character to their maximum. It makes me feel very reminiscent of, you know, collector games in general, where you make one character super OP, they clear out pretty much any content in the game, and you get rewarded for it. Now, experiencing some of the rewards that I get, including the shards and stuff, has been also really cool because basically doing anything in this game will give you these mystery shards. And although this isn't necessarily a great way to get the OP characters, since especially for the mystery shards, all you get are uncommons, rares, and commons, it does feel nice to know that, again, I get this little summon animation, I get little, like, you know, a couple mobs, and I can use them to upgrade my characters at a very reliable rate. Now, there are, of course, things including dailies, and I haven't completed mine for today, but there are things like dailies, monthlies, etc. that are kind of simple to do. Pretty much doing anything in the game will allow you to do that, and especially where I am right now as a free-to-play player and early on in the game, all I have to do is just complete or do what I'd normally do, and I'll get the completions for the quest. I do think the revival path is also super cool, mainly because, again, you have things like the revival quest that allow you to activate boosts. I've been kind of holding off and not really sure what to use mine exactly on. Today I've used it on potion keeps because I want to upgrade some of my characters, but the truth is that I say upgrade some of my characters, but Kale is just the GOAT. That being said, I have noticed that trying to play around a specific character and then building a supportive cast around him is pretty cool. And for me, and basically what you've probably seen from the last video for Raid Shadow Legends, is that with Melga and Sachi, I do kind of get to support and give my Kale a bunch of utility. Obviously, he is the strongest and has the best gear on my account, which is cool, but being able to give him an attack buff, being able to blind the enemy so he doesn't get hit, all these are really cool, and I really appreciate what I can already do in terms of complexity, and that's kind of the way that I've always been when it comes to playing gacha games or strategy kind of turn-based games like this anyways. I do kind of want to go into the tournaments and stuff because these are actually, they kind of give me a bit of FOMO. I do want to participate in some of these because it looks like the rewards that you get for these are really cool, and there's also just several events going on all at the same time. There's stuff like shards that you can get gems, and all these are really cool, but unfortunately for me right now, I'm not at the point where I can do that. Now, before we go any further, you've probably noticed there's a little bit of a free button down here, and like the truth is that actually this is a great segue to talk about the Ninja event. Now, a lot of players, if you aren't aware, have been waiting for Ninja, who is a strong legendary champion who was last seen and obtained over 3 years ago. Now he's back for a limited time only, and everyone has a chance to pick him up if you log in and try, or if you just log in between now and August 20th, 2024. Now, you might also be asking yourself, well, what do I have to do to get Ninja, who, by the way, does look pretty sick in game? And the answer is you just have to download Raid using my link, which I'll include in the description. You can also enter promo code Ninja Returns to get him and useful in-game items, but as a side note, the promo code is only available to new players after downloading the game with my link. If you're an existing player, you can view the Ninja Pack in-game between now and August 20th, then log in for 5 days and Ninja will be yours. So if you've stopped playing for whatever reason, now is definitely the time to come back and join or add Ninja to your collection. Just make sure to use my link or QR code first. That aside, again, I do want to talk briefly about, I guess, just like my experience with upgrading and understanding the UI, because the truth is that it's actually not as complicated as I thought it was. Admittedly, there are definitely moments where I had to look up a little bit about like, oh, like how do I do the tavern upgrades? How do I upgrade skills? Is it worth it? Should I be using any of these mobs? And as you can see, there's like a bunch of things, including brews and stuff that I could use here. And you would think that the brews, I should say, like the main way that you get EXP, but they're not. And the truth is that once you figure that out, the game actually becomes way different in terms of how you approach it. Because although at the very beginning you see the tavern and you see, and they even suggest early on that you should use some brews to get EXP, the whole battle experience kind of makes it feel like you are gradually leveling up your characters or kind of going through combat and like giving like an authentic leveling experience with your character, which is kind of cool in of itself. And again, for me personally, it feels nostalgic to other gacha games that I played, so that's pretty cool. However, there is something else that we do or should talk about right now, which is pretty much what characters I've gotten access to. Now, again, though I haven't upgraded a lot of these characters, the truth is that there are a lot of options for me to choose from. I mean, look at this. I've got Spider, I've got Othar, I've got Lockwayne, and a lot of these were from pulling from all the different shards and such. But the truth is that despite having all these characters and wanting to commit to some of these characters, I'm actually just super satisfied with just playing Kale. Now, if you saw my pulling video from the last, I definitely did want to pull for some of these characters on the banner, including, I believe it was like a super OP defense character. But the truth is that honestly, with how satisfying it is to one-shot every single mob and buff them up with Melga, Kale is, I kind of can't sing his praises enough. He's just kind of the GOAT. Honestly, back in the day, I used to hear people talk about like the reviews of characters as indicators for how good they are. And this guy's got 178,000. So, I mean, comparatively, I think that Melga is quite good herself, and she's got 2,000. Yeah, this is 178,000. So you could probably tell how good this character is. But I guess the truth about this is that I'm more of an experienced player. Like if I enjoy like what I'm doing, or if I enjoy the experience I have on a character, I definitely value that a bit more as opposed to other characters. But now is the time to talk about the event giveaway. You, the viewer, can win expensive prizes, and it's super simple. All you've got to do, again, is first download and register on Raid using my link in the description or with my QR code. And then you have to head to wefinallyplayedit.plarium.com after downloading my link. And once you're there, you'll need to enter your Raid player ID. Then all you need to do is record yourself playing the game, upload the video or the already made content to the event's website with the Plarium filters and hashtag, and then you will be able to vote, I guess, see your submissions and other submissions and vote for your favorite one. The 12 most submissions, or the 12 submissions with the most votes, will win some great prizes, including a gaming console, a drone, a VR headset, and Amazon gift card worth up to $2,000. Everyone else will be entered into a draw for some valuable in-game loot for Raid, which is super easy. So that's it. It's just super simple. Start recording, play, and have fun. I can't wait to see what you're going to be making or what kind of content you'll be posting when it comes to Raid. If you're curious about what exactly this looks like, I did also bring up the site here, and you can see it's a pretty flashy kind of experience. Again, there are also a bunch of people already making content for it, whether that's on TikTok, whether that's on short form content, any sort of content that you're interested in. You can look at the view, or you can view the rules, the prizes, find everything, email, find materials, download Raid. And of course, we've got our nice little guy, Death Knight here, classic. However, as you can see, the rewards here are everything that you have access to if you decide to join or play Raid now. So I did, again, want to preface that with this video, I'm just kind of talking about my experience, but you might also be curious about like the total resources that I have on my account now, and the truth is that I've got quite a bit, actually. Now, again, in terms of my characters, if I do want to upgrade some of them as well, I've already kind of gotten to the process of leveling up characters and trying to use them specifically as fodders, and I've got a couple characters here now. I've got 2 of these already leveled, but I wanted to level up some other characters and was doing some testing. But I mean, honestly, my gear is already fairly decently high here. They do also give out free gear on occasion. The set that I have is pretty cool. Number one, because I've got a bunch of rolls into speed. And as you can see here, I've got 206 speed on my Kale. The gear on this character is a little bit goofy. Now, I'm not sure entirely if the lifesteal set is actually best in slot, but it does let me survive and clear 12-3 very quickly, so I'm not going to complain. But even for my other characters, I did also have gear that I was given for free, and was also able to level up, and honestly, having the speed here is also nice. Melga in particular doesn't do like an insane amount of damage, but that's obvious because she's just a support. But with that, I mean, being able to remove debuffs from an ally, being able to place a shield, doing the healing, and also reviving, which is honestly the biggest thing for me, is pretty much all she needs and all she wrote. But that doesn't mean I wasn't able to give her and the other characters on my team gear. Fenshi is probably going to be the character I invest in next because I definitely want to see how he looks once I give him like a proper set of gear. But I didn't have the perfect, I guess, combination right now. I'm running 3 sets on him currently because I don't have enough gear right now. But even for Sachi, I mean, look at her gear. She's got a decent amount of speed. She's rocking 150 speed. And again, this is without much investment or touching of the gear at all. Now, I do also have a decent amount of silver again, so I'm going to be investing in, I guess, upgrading the characters now, as you see. But I just wanted to kind of give my thoughts on Raid's early game experience and why I actually think that Kale is kind of the GOAT. I haven't had this seamless of an experience, to be honest, when it comes to starting a gacha game and just being able to carry one character through all of the content that I enjoy. But hey, that's gonna be it for me though, guys. What are you waiting for? Scan my QR code, get these 3 heroes, join my clan, and of course, enjoy using Ninja. Thanks again for watching, guys.